It's Monday, and we all know what that means. It's time for the weekly releases for the week of May 27th, 2012. First game on the list is for PC, and that is Max Payne 3. Apparently, the PC version will be coming June 1st, 2012. And again, it came out on the consoles. It's been fairly successful as of last week, selling over 3 million copies. Very well, it's been doing very well, so it'll be nice to see how the PC community takes to the game, and should be interesting to see. Of course, another game on PC, End of Nations. Again, a real-time strategy game on PC. Real-time strategy games are made for PC, man. That's all there is to it. It's gonna probably do well and going to be interesting to say the least. Of course, on the PlayStation Vita, we have Resistance Burning Skies. This is the first Resistance game on the PlayStation Vita, and of course is coming out after last year's Resistance 3, so it'll be interesting to see if Sony has been able to revive the franchise from the less than stellar sales of Resistance 3. Of course, speaking of the PlayStation 3, and pardon me for not being able to pronounce this game correctly, but it is the Atelier Muru, the Apprentice of Arland, which, again, the series has about 3 games to it, I believe. As a matter of fact, the last game came out about 4 or 5 months ago. So, if you're into that series, I would suggest to check it out. It should be some good stuff, especially if you're into JRPGs. So, check that one out. And I apologize again if I butchered the name, but let's move on. For the first time in these weekly releases, I'll be talking about a DLC, and of course that DLC happens to be Batman Arkham City, Harley Quinn's Revenge. Of course, this is set after the main story of Arkham City and deals with Harley Quinn and Robin, so that should be some good stuff right there. Really looking forward to it. And of course, it takes place about 6 months after the story of Arkham City, so some good stuff there with a bit of some sequel. So yeah, and that of course will be available on the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and PC. Another game for the PC is, and again I apologize if I butchered this name, Agara Simulator Historical Farming. Again, this seems to be like a Sims, Harvest Moon-like game, so if you're into that series, and maybe this series has been going on for quite some time, but if you're into that kind of thing and you are heavy into the PC, you may want to check that out. For the Xbox 360, we have Sega Vintage Collection Streets of Rage. Now, I would suggest not getting this simply because there is this thing called Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection, which is about $20 now at a Walmart, or $14 if you can find it used at something that is not called GameStop. And it comes with all the Streets of Rages, all the Golden Axes, all the Sonics, all the Echo the Dolphins, and so on and so forth on one disc. So you get this for plus so much more. There's about 40 titles in the Sonic Ultimate Genesis Collection. So this may not be the best idea for you to purchase, but it is coming out this week on Xbox Live Arcade, as well as our next title, Sega Vintage Collection Golden Axe. Again, as I just stated, you're better off with the Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection, so that's my 2 cents on that. Prototype 2 DLC is coming out for the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 respectively. Again, I would kind of say against it. I don't know how well Prototype 2 is. I have yet to play it. But if you have it and you have some spare money on your Xbox Live account or your PSN, maybe worth checking out, maybe not. On the PlayStation Vita, we have Retro City Rampage. Very good stuff there if you're into old style beat-em-ups. Very, very classical 8-bit graphic style game. Definitely recommend you check it out for the PlayStation Vita if you have one. Our next game is for the iPhone and Android phones respectively, and it is Brave Smart. Again, it's a puzzle game, so if you're into iPhone games or Android games, or you may want to check it out. Yeah, another puzzle game on the iOS platforms and the Android marketplace should be interesting. Next on Xbox Live Arcade, we have Mad Riders. Again, it's a racing title. Arcade racer this time with a bit of off-roading, so could be right up your alley if you're into arcade racers, and so it might be worth checking out. Of course, on the PlayStation Vita and PS3, we have Pure Chess. Again, it's chess. If you're into playing computer chess, you may be interested in playing chess on your handheld or console, or maybe you just prefer playing it, you know, with a board and pieces. I mean, there's not much to say. It's chess, right? So, again, it could be right up your alley. Of course, next is another iPhone title, Rox Rider. Again, another racing title on the iOS platform. Again, if you're into mobile phones, check it out. And by mobile phones, I mean mobile phone gaming. Our last game of the week is The Blinding of Isaac, The Wrath of the Lamb. Of course, this is available on PC and Mac. If you're a fan of The Blinding of Isaac, check it out, man. It's probably going to be really well. I have yet to play The Blinding of Isaac, but it seems to be interesting. It seems to be getting a lot of praise, so it might be right up your alley if you're looking for something new and exciting on the PC and Mac. Thank you for joining me this week on the weekly releases, and I will see you next week with more weekly releases, and I will see you all here next time here on YouTube.